Have you ever imagined that a single old penny lying in your drawer could make you a millionaire overnight? These Lincoln Wheat Pennies aren't just ancient pieces of copper, they're hidden treasures of unimaginable worth. Some of these coins have shocked collectors by selling for millions of dollars. So before you ignore that dusty penny, watch closely, because one coin in your hand could rewrite your destiny forever. First up, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny is not just an ordinary cent. It's one of those rare treasures that can turn an ordinary person into a millionaire overnight. Imagine holding a coin that was minted during the final years of World War II, a coin that carries not just the face of Abraham Lincoln but also the heartbeat of history itself. Among coin collectors, the 1944 Wheat Penny is a legend, because hidden among millions of ordinary copper coins are a few extremely rare varieties worth unimaginable amounts today. These are the kinds of coins that could transform your entire fortune if you're lucky enough to own one. In 1944, the United States Mint produced billions of wheat pennies made from copper and zinc, returning to the pre-war metal composition after the 1943 steel cent experiment. But during that transition, a few mistakes happened, and those mistakes created coins that today are worth millions. Some 1944 pennies were accidentally struck on leftover steel planchets from 1943, creating the rare 1944 steel wheat penny. This error turned a simple 1-cent coin into one of the most valuable coins in American history. Just think of this. A coin that originally cost 1 cent could now be worth over $1.7 million if found in perfect mint condition. That's the kind of miracle that doesn't just make collectors excited, it makes hearts race. People who find such coins often can't believe their luck. There are stories of old boxes being opened, change jars emptied, and suddenly, a simple silvery-looking penny appears. One collector once discovered his 1944 steel penny while sorting old coins from his grandfather's collection. That single find changed his entire life. It's a reminder that sometimes, the fortune you dream of is already in your hands, hidden in plain sight, disguised as something ordinary. But it's not only the steel version that carries value. Even the regular copper 1944 wheat pennies can be valuable depending on their condition and mint mark. A 1944 D or 1944 S penny in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The reason is simple. Collectors value perfection, rarity, and history combined. Each shiny 1944 wheat penny is a time capsule from the 1940s, bearing the classic wheat ear design on the reverse and Lincoln's proud profile on the front. Every scratch, every shine tells a story of America's journey through war and recovery. Imagine holding that coin in your hand, its copper glow reflecting under light, carrying the scent of time itself. If that coin happens to be one of those rare steel varieties, you're literally holding a fortune. Experts say that fewer than 30 1944 steel wheat pennies are known to exist today, scattered across private collections, museums, and a few lucky hands. Some of them have appeared in high-profile auctions, leaving audiences stunned when bidding soared past $1 million. The thrill of seeing a 1-cent coin command $1 million price is something only the coin world can offer. Now think about this. You could have one right now without realizing it. The 1944 penny looks similar to other Lincoln Wheat pennies, but the steel version is magnetic and slightly different in color, a dull silver rather than reddish-brown. Many people have tossed away their chance at $1 million fortune simply because they didn't know what they were holding. This is why coin collectors always say, check your change, check your drawers, check your old piggy banks, because that one coin could be your key to unimaginable wealth. The emotional value of the 1944 Lincoln penny goes beyond its metal. It represents a moment when America was rebuilding, when families were saving every cent, when hope was scarce yet alive. To think that from that period of struggle emerged one of the most valuable coins in existence makes it even more special. Owning this penny isn't just owning copper or steel, it's owning a piece of history that survived a world at war, a piece that now commands respect and fortune. In today's coin market, excitement around the 1944 penny never fades. Collectors keep searching, hoping, and dreaming to find that rare specimen that could make headlines again. Auction houses wait eagerly, investors chase rumors, and treasure hunters dig through coin rolls and estate sales just for a chance. That's the kind of power this small coin holds. It ignites dreams of overnight riches and keeps the passion for coin collecting alive generation after generation. So, if you ever come across a 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny, don't ignore it. Don't let it slip away as just another cent. Because what may look like a dull piece of metal could actually be your golden ticket to a new life. One coin, just one, has the potential to make you a millionaire. That's the unbelievable magic of the 1944 wheat penny. And who knows? Maybe the next person to discover this rare treasure is you. Check your pockets, check your drawers, because that small piece of American history might just be your key to unimaginable wealth and a story you'll tell for the rest of your life. Second up, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny might look like a simple old copper coin, but beneath that reddish shine lies a story of luck, history, and unimaginable value. This is one of those coins that can make your heart skip a beat because certain versions of the 1957 wheat penny have shocked collectors by being worth thousands, and in some cases, even millions of dollars in rare conditions. It's hard to believe that something once used to buy candy could now buy an entire house, or even change your life overnight. But that's the thrilling mystery of the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin that turns ordinary change into hidden treasure. Back in 1957, America was glowing with post-war confidence. People were buying cars, building homes, and saving pennies in glass jars. Nobody could have imagined that those small copper coins they used daily would one day become golden tickets for a few lucky people. The 1957 wheat penny was one of the last in the beloved Wheatback series, which ended just 1 year later in 1958. That makes this coin not just valuable for its metal but also emotionally significant. It represents the closing chapter of an American era. The last whispers of the classic wheat design that collectors adore today. Now here's where things get electrifying. Some 1957 Lincoln pennies were struck with rare errors that made them worth unimaginable amounts today. For instance, the 1957 doubled die penny has the inscriptions and date slightly doubled, giving the letters and numbers a shadow-like effect. These rare error coins can be worth up to $1.2 million if found in pristine condition. Imagine that. A 1-cent coin that could buy luxury cars, mansions, or even set you up for life. That's not fiction, it's the thrilling truth behind this tiny piece of metal. Collectors all around the world are obsessed with the 1957 penny because it represents both nostalgia and opportunity. The design still features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic wheat ears on the reverse, a symbol of hard work, prosperity, and the American dream. When you hold a 1957 penny, you're not just holding metal. You're holding a piece of that dream, something that has passed through the hands of people who once walked the golden streets of 1950s America. It carries memories, history, and now, possibly, fortune. But here's the shocking twist. While billions of 1957 wheat pennies were made, only a few rare mint errors, like the double die or off-center strikes, carry that massive value. A single misalignment or minting slip turns some of these coins into treasures worth hundreds of thousands or even millions. That's why collectors hunt them like buried gold. Some versions from the Denver Mint, 1957D, have also fetched jaw-dropping prices at auctions, especially when found in mint state conditions with perfect luster and no wear. One such coin, graded MS-67, once sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and experts believe that if a flawless gem appears again, it could break the $1 million mark easily. Now imagine this. You open an old piggy bank, the same one you used as a kid, and a 1957 penny rolls out. You glance at it, not realizing that what sits in your palm could be the key to a new life. Stories like that have happened before. One collector found his valuable 1957 error penny while helping his grandfather clean the attic. That single coin later sold for a life-changing amount. So don't underestimate that small cent sitting at the bottom of your drawer, because fortune sometimes hides in the simplest places. The beauty of the 1957 wheat penny also lies in its detail. Its warm copper color glows like a piece of frozen sunlight, and the engraving of Lincoln seems alive, almost as if the great president himself is watching over the value it holds. For collectors, this coin isn't just about money, it's about connection, history, and the chase. The adrenaline rush of searching through hundreds of coins, hoping to find that one special piece that could make dreams come true, is what keeps this hobby alive. Today, the coin market for wheat pennies is hotter than ever. People are realizing that coins they've ignored for decades could actually be worth fortunes. The 1957 penny has become one of those coins that spark curiosity, especially among new collectors who dream of striking gold, or in this case, copper. The truth is, the value of this coin depends on its condition, rarity, and error type. But one thing is certain, if you find a rare version in perfect mint state, it could easily transform your financial destiny overnight. A small disc of copper, weighing just over 3 grams, could hold the power to buy cars, houses, or even build a future. So next time you come across a 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look, check its details, its shine, its date, and mint mark. Because if that coin happens to be the right one, you might be holding $1 million miracle. The kind of miracle that turns dreams into reality and ordinary people into legends. That's the unbelievable magic of the 1957 Wheat Penny, proof that sometimes life's greatest treasures aren't buried in the ground, but hiding right in your pocket, waiting for you to notice their glow. Third up, the 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny is more than just a tiny piece of copper. It's a coin that carries the heartbeat of a nation recovering from war, and for some lucky collectors, it holds the power to change life forever. This penny, minted in the first full year after World War II, may look simple, but within that smooth copper surface lies a secret that has shocked the coin world countless times. Certain rare versions of this 1946 Wheat Penny have been sold for hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars, turning pocket change into treasure. And if you happen to own one, you might just be holding the key to unimaginable fortune. After the chaos of war, 1946 marked a new beginning for the United States Mint. The steel pennies of 1943 were long gone, and America had returned to using copper. Yet, not all was perfect. Some mysterious errors and minting variations slipped into circulation, creating rare pieces that would later drive collectors wild. Among them, the 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny struck on shell-case bronze is one of the most fascinating. These pennies were made using recycled brass shell casings from the war, giving them a unique blend of copper and zinc with a golden hue not found in other years. This means every genuine 1946 Wheat Penny carries not only history but also a touch of the war itself, forged from the remnants of victory. Now imagine this. You're holding a coin made from the metal of bullets and bombs, yet it now symbolizes peace, prosperity, and, if you're lucky, wealth beyond imagination. Some 1946 pennies with special mint errors have reached auction prices that sound impossible for a 1-cent coin. A rare off-metal strike or double-die error version can be valued at $500,000 to over $1 million, depending on condition. Just think about that. One tiny coin that once jingled in someone's pocket could now buy luxury cars, real estate, or a lifetime of comfort. That's the unbelievable magic that keeps collectors searching endlessly. But what makes this coin truly mesmerizing isn't just its rarity or value, it's the emotional connection it carries. The 1946 Wheat Penny was a coin of hope, minted when soldiers were returning home, families were rebuilding, and America was stepping into a new era. Every coin minted that year tells a story of resilience. People used these pennies to buy bread, milk, and dreams. Yet, who would have imagined that some of those very same coins, passed through countless hands, would one day be worth more than gold itself? Collectors are obsessed with 1946 pennies because even the normal versions, when found in pristine, uncirculated condition, can fetch impressive sums. A high-grade 1946 D penny, gleaming with original luster and free from wear, can sell for several hundred to thousands of dollars. But when you add rarity, like a double-die obverse, a die crack, or a planchet error, the value skyrockets. At major auctions, bidders have battled furiously for flawless examples, their prices climbing higher with every shout. It's proof that beauty, rarity, and a hint of history can turn something as ordinary as a penny into a millionaire's prize. Let's imagine this in real life. Someone empties a jar of old coins inherited from a grandparent. Among hundreds of faded pennies, one glows brighter. It's a 1946 Wheat Penny, still shining with its original copper brilliance. After a quick appraisal, the truth unfolds. It's a rare mint error worth hundreds of thousands. In a single moment, that family's fortune changes forever. Stories like these sound like fairy tales, yet they've happened more than once. That's why coin enthusiasts say, never underestimate the power of an old penny. The beauty of the 1946 Lincoln penny also lies in its design. A proud portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, his gaze steady and confident, symbolizing endurance and honor. On the reverse, the iconic wheat ears embrace the words, 1 cent, reminding us of America's roots in hard work and prosperity. The coin itself is art, and for those who know its secrets, it's a ticket to wealth. Each time a collector examines one under the light, searching for that faint doubling or rare metal variation, there's a rush of excitement. Because with the 1946 Wheat Penny, anything is possible. Experts believe there are still rare varieties hiding out there, tucked away in jars, drawers, and forgotten coin albums. The fact that these treasures could still surface today adds mystery and thrill to every hunt. When one of these coins appears, the numismatic world takes notice, and bidding wars can erupt instantly. The record sale prices for certain 1946 pennies prove that this coin story is far from over. Even after nearly 80 years, it still holds the power to astonish and enrich. So, if you ever come across a 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny, treat it like gold. Don't rush to spend it or toss it into change. Take a closer look, because you might be staring at one of the rarest coins in American history. The metal of war has turned into a symbol of wealth and destiny. It's not just a penny, it's a piece of history that can change your life overnight. 1 cent may seem worthless in today's world, but this coin proves otherwise. The 1946 wheat penny is living proof that fortune can hide in the smallest things, waiting patiently to reveal its magic. And who knows, maybe that forgotten coin sitting in your drawer right now is your golden ticket, your unexpected key to millions, your once-in-a-lifetime miracle. Fourth up, 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny 1 cent coin. The 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny is one of those coins that doesn't just sparkle under light. It glows with history, emotion, and the potential to change your destiny overnight. This little copper piece, minted during the Great Depression, has traveled through time carrying stories of struggle, hope, and unimaginable fortune. While most people see it as just an old cent, collectors know that certain 1935 wheat pennies can be worth hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars in the right condition. And if you happen to hold one of those rare pieces, you could be sitting on a fortune that might transform your life forever. When the 1935 Lincoln penny was minted, America was still recovering from the economic storm that had shaken the nation to its core. Every penny mattered, literally. Families saved coins in jars, children searched sidewalks for spare change, and the penny became a symbol of endurance. No one in those days could have imagined that the same coin used to buy candy or bread would one day make headlines at major coin auctions around the world. But fate has a mysterious way of hiding treasure in the simplest places. The 1935 wheat penny was produced in 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and while billions were made, a few rare varieties stand out as miracles of minting. Some coins were struck with double dies, others with off-center errors, and a few were made from planchets with unique metal compositions. These rare variations are what collectors dream about. A 1935 double-die obverse wheat penny, for example, can be worth well over $500,000 to $1 million depending on its grade. Imagine that, a 1 cent coin worth more than luxury cars, dream homes, or even a lifetime of comfort. The beauty of the 1935 penny lies in its design and in the emotion it carries. On the obverse, the strong and determined face of Abraham Lincoln looks ahead, symbolizing leadership and resilience. On the reverse, the 2 wheat ears wrap around the words, 1 cent, a powerful reminder of America's hard work and unity. This design, simple yet meaningful, has made the Lincoln Wheat Penny one of the most beloved coins in U.S. history. But what truly makes the 1935 version stand out is the story it tells, a story of survival through hard times, and the miracle of finding value in something small. Now picture this. Somewhere in an old drawer or a forgotten jar lies a 1935 penny that looks ordinary but isn't. It might have a subtle doubling in the date, a slight misalignment, or a shine that sets it apart from the rest. That coin could be your ticket to riches beyond imagination. Collectors and investors constantly search for high-grade examples, and when one appears in perfect uncirculated condition, it becomes a sensation. In one auction, a 1935 penny graded MS-67 fetched a jaw-dropping amount, stunning even veteran numismatists. They say the thrill of discovering one is like finding buried treasure, and for good reason. What makes the 1935 wheat penny even more fascinating is how many have disappeared over time. Pennies were heavily circulated during the 1930s, and most were worn down or lost. That's why finding one in pristine condition is so rare, and why collectors are willing to pay a fortune for it. The few surviving examples with crisp details, bright luster, and minimal marks are worth their weight in gold, quite literally. Some experts believe there are still hidden gems waiting to be discovered in old coin collections, antique shops, or estate boxes that haven't been opened in decades. But beyond the price tags and auction drama, there's something deeply human about this coin. The 1935 penny reminds us of resilience, the ability to rise from hardship and hold on to hope. It's a small piece of metal that carries the soul of an entire generation. Every scratch tells a story, every shine is a whisper from history. And the fact that it now holds the power to make someone a millionaire adds a poetic twist to its journey. The very coin once used by people who had almost nothing can now create wealth beyond their wildest dreams. Even today, coin hunters across the world keep a sharp eye out for the 1935 wheat penny. They know that among billions of ordinary cents, a few extraordinary ones exist, coins with minting errors or perfect preservation that can change a collector's fate. The excitement of finding one never fades. It fuels a passion that drives treasure hunters to keep searching, one coin at a time. So, if you ever come across a 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny, don't dismiss it as just another old coin. Hold it up to the light, study it carefully, and imagine the hands it passed through. Because that tiny piece of history might hold a secret waiting to be revealed, a secret that could turn a humble penny into a $1 million miracle. The 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny isn't just currency. It's a symbol of luck, survival, and destiny. It proves that even in the smallest things, greatness can hide. And who knows? Maybe your 1935 penny is one of those rare jewels destined to rewrite your story and make you the next name whispered with awe in the world of coin collecting. Fifth up, 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny 1-cent coin. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny is one of those coins that reminds us how something so small, so ordinary, can hide a story of unbelievable fortune. At first glance, it looks like every other penny, just a copper coin bearing the face of Abraham Lincoln. But beneath that familiar shine lies the potential for shocking wealth. Yes, you heard that right. Certain rare 1953 Lincoln Wheat Pennies have sold for hundreds of thousands to even over $1 million, depending on their minting errors, condition, and rarity. This 1-cent coin, born in the mid-20th century, has the power to change someone's fortune overnight. The year 1953 was a time of growth and recovery in America. The war was over, prosperity was returning, and coins like this one were circulating in every pocket across the nation. No one back then could have imagined that decades later, collectors would go wild over these humble wheat pennies. The 1953 issue came from 3 mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S. While billions were made, a handful of them came out differently, some with double dies, some struck off-center, and others made with rare planchet variations. Those few lucky errors are the reason this coin remains one of the most hunted treasures in American numismatics. Imagine holding a coin that's worth $1 million. That's what the rarest 1953 wheat pennies have done for a few fortunate collectors. For example, a perfectly preserved 1953 D wheat penny with a unique double-die error has fetched close to $1.2 million at private auctions. When experts examined it, they described its detail as flawless, with every curve of Lincoln's face and each wheat stalk on the reverse glistening under the light. It's the kind of coin that doesn't just impress, it mesmerizes. One look and you realize you're not holding a cent, you're holding history, beauty, and wealth fused into one. But what makes this coin truly magical isn't just its price tag, it's the story behind it. During the 1950s, people saved pennies in jars and boxes, never realizing the treasures they were unknowingly storing. Generations later, those very coins have resurfaced, shocking their owners with unbelievable value. There's a famous story of a man who found a 1953 S penny while sorting through his late father's belongings. When it was inspected by grading experts, they discovered a rare mint error that made the coin worth more than a luxury car. What was once pocket change turned into a life-changing discovery. That's the spell of the 1953 wheat penny. It hides fortune where you least expect it. Even the regular versions, when found in near-perfect condition, can command high prices. A 1953 wheat penny with full luster, no wear, and sharp detail can fetch anywhere from $500 to several $1,000s, depending on its grade. And when you move into gem mint state levels like MS-66 or MS-67, those prices skyrocket. Collectors compete fiercely at auctions to own one of these shining copper beauties. They're not just buying metal, they're buying a piece of America's story, a fragment of history preserved through time. The design, too, adds to its allure. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln's dignified profile, radiating strength and integrity. The reverse shows 2 wheat ears encasing the words, 1 cent, a symbol of America's agricultural foundation and hard work. Every time light hits the coin, its rich copper glow feels alive, like a spark from the 1950s frozen in time. There's something deeply poetic about holding this coin. It connects you to the millions of people who used it, the hands it passed through, the dreams it touched. And somewhere in that connection lies the thrill that maybe, just maybe, you're holding one of the rarest pieces ever minted. Experts believe there are still undiscovered treasures among the 1953 wheat pennies, era coins tucked away in old jars, forgotten boxes, or inherited collections. Some may have slight doubling in the date, while others might have been struck on leftover planchets from previous years. Each tiny variation has the potential to multiply the coin's value beyond belief. That's why collectors across the world never stop searching. Every roll of old pennies could hide a coin worth enough to buy a home, a car, or even change an entire family's future. And here's the thrilling part. The 1953 penny marks one of the last few years before the wheat design ended in 1958. That makes it part of the final chapter in the legendary Lincoln Wheat series. It's not just a coin, it's a symbol of nostalgia, representing the golden age of American minting. For many collectors, the 1953 penny is a bridge between the old world and the modern era of coinage, a moment when artistry, history, and luck collided to create something unforgettable. So, if you ever come across a 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny, don't ignore it. Don't toss it into a jar or spend it without a second look. Hold it close, examine its shine, study its details, because that small, simple penny might be your miracle in disguise. It could be the coin that turns dreams into reality, that 1-cent piece capable of rewriting your destiny in the blink of an eye. The 1953 wheat penny proves a powerful truth. Fortune doesn't always come in gold or silver, it can come in copper too. That old coin hiding in your change might just be worth millions. So check your pockets, your drawers, and your old boxes, because the next great discovery in coin history could be sitting quietly in your hand, waiting to reveal its secret and make you a millionaire overnight.